And we are live, live, live. Listen, this is 2025 and we are prepared to thrive. And I see our good friend Ollie. Oh my goodness, Ollie is definitely going to help us to thrive because he's going to teach us to parlez-vous français, right? He's going to teach us how to speak French. And by the way, he also sings and serenades. So if you're not connected with him, please connect with my good friend Ollie. Listen, this is Thursday to Thrive. And we're going to talk about how to recruit, reward, and retain your top talent. But we're also going to have some fun here because I said so. That's fine.
Love it.
So my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional. And it's really my crusade to help entrepreneurs and enterprises to properly protect, distribute, and transfer their wealth. And by the way, build that legacy and create generational wealth. And you might say, well, how does this all work? Because if you're a business owner, you're aspiring to be a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and we're doing that not just to have a job. We didn't become entrepreneurs and business owners just to have another job. We did it, in my humble opinion, to change our last name forever, to build a legacy, to build something that, by the way, not only generates income for us, but also gives us an opportunity to pass on this generational wealth for our children, something that's sellable, inheritable, transferable. Because if we open up a business just to close the doors, and by the way, I talk to business owners, many contractors, and they say this, yeah, I can't really sell my business at the end. Listen, I understand that. I think that it's honorable, but I don't think it has to be that way. But it comes from being strategic. It comes from having systems in place and playing chess, right? We can't play the money checkers anymore. We can't play the money checkers. And John Banerjee, thank you for joining us. Bonjour, great to see you. Great to have you. Namaste. Welcome. Christy, I'm not sure if I see Christy. I don't see Christy, but we're going to have some fun here today. And by the way, we are going to also give out some cash prizes. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. Okay. But maybe we will do that at some point. And Zachary, I'm going to see if I can unmute you. I was getting some static back there. Let's see what happens here.
I'm unmuted. Hello. Welcome.
Are.
It's good to be here.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Take it away, my friend.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Zach Simon. I'm a doctoral student in clinical psychology. I primarily work with Black men in therapy, primarily passionate in working with Black men in therapy. You know, all things mental health related to Black folks. Love it. I'm grateful to be a part of this experience. You know, so passionate in learning and growing and teaching and educating folks about insurance and also the healthcare system. Love it. On the side, I am actually a b-boy, a breaker, a break dancer, and have been dancing for a little over 10 years now.
Wow.
And so as I've been a mental health professional and b-boy, I've been sort of blending the two. So being able to incorporate dance and dance elements and dance themes and music themes into therapy as I work with Black men. And so it's been super dope, and I'm glad to be here.
It is so dope. If you do not follow Zachary on Instagram, I'm telling you, you have to get his Instagram handle. In fact, put in the comments below, Zachary. This guy, now he's very humble. I got to tell you, Zachary's very humble. So I'm going to go ahead and peel it back a little bit for you. He mixes breakdancing with these great audios and does this whole visual thing. So it's really about, he's put his mind, his music, his talents with putting all the technical part of it all together. It is fascinating. You will absolutely love it. I promise you. So make sure you put it in the chat right there. Put your handle in the chat there. So absolutely. I love that you say that, Zachary. You know, I grew up in poverty on the east side of San Jose on food stamps and welfare. And here I am, this little kid. Now, I'm going to kind of go a little bit deeper for a lot of you maybe don't know this about me, but I was born in Hawaii. And as a little kid, I thought that meant I was Hawaiian. So here I was living in this neighborhood, poverty area, food stamps and welfare. And I'm telling people I'm Hawaiian, and a majority of the neighborhood was two genres. They were either Hispanic that spoke Spanish, like they came from Mexico, or they were Black. And here I am. I'm light complected, and I'm telling everybody I'm Hawaiian. So now I can laugh about it. But you know what? At the time, it wasn't funny. I was made fun of. I was beat up. I was teased because people were like, "Oh, well, you don't fit in, right? You're in this barrio." And they draw the lines in the barrio. Listen, I grew up, you did not wear red. I'm talking about we did not wear, I love red now, but adverse to red. I would never wear red anything. So what I'm saying is when you talk about bringing this to the Black men and their health and really making a difference, that resonates with me. That resonates with me because a lot of times in the poorer communities and the lower paying jobs, they don't have access to adequate health care.
Yeah.
They don't. Their jobs are paying them by the hour, but they're not really doing things to fortify their health long term. And so people forego the basic things like getting an annual checkup or maybe getting some basic medication that are generic medication wouldn't be costly, but they don't have access to that. And let alone preventative. So I love your crusade, Zachary. You are just such a gift to the team. You add so much sparkle here. You just really do. I love that. I love that so much. And without further ado, I'd also like to bring on board or bring actually to the forefront of your mind. Here is Miss Kiana. Kiana is very sparkly too. I got a great team, y'all. I got a great team. I always say I don't have to be the smartest person in the room. I just have to know the smartest person in the room. If you want to learn about social media, you want to upgrade your social media, you want to know how to do some marketing strategies, you got to get in touch with Kiana. She's incredible. And you know what? Also cute as a button. So, Miss Kiana, floor is yours.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Kiana Tompkins, and I'm an inspiring master of business administration. My first degree, though, like Zachary, I helped people. I was a board certified music therapist. What happened for me is that I found that my career choice was not sustainable for the lifestyle that I had. I had some chronic health issues, and I actually decided to step out of direct service and move into sales. And after I got into sales, I was like, oh my gosh, I love insurance. I love sales. I love entrepreneurship. This is for me. And now my long led story is now that I am working as a business management consultant, and I'm here to help people reach the goals in their online businesses. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to talk about the impacts of being able to invest in your team and give back to them by making sure that you provide great benefits to your employees so that you can just really have that full circle of just internet and personal confidence and all of that. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And make sure you keep the laptop up because my name goes across your forehead. And I want everybody to see your beautiful face. There you go. There you go. Because she's not.
The lighting's not great.
Her name is Kiana, and we adore and love her. And we have one of my good friends, Kendra Noel, joining us from Wyoming. Thank you for joining us. And by the way, put in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm in Monterey, California, beautiful downtown Monterey, California. It's a beautiful area. My office is literally in the heart of downtown Monterey. I could literally walk to the beach, the pier, and the boardwalk in 10 minutes. Like they're all right here. I mean, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful every single day. I just love it here. And so listen, we got a lot of social media people here. If you want to know about social media, how do I start? How do I really get to that next level? You got to get in touch with my good friend Kendra Noel with Boomtag Media. She does a lot of fun things. If you're not following her on Instagram, you got to follow her Instagram. I love her Instagram. And by the way, Kendra, go ahead and put in the chat what your handle is on social media there. And so, yeah, you're so right, Kiana. A lot of times business owners, when they're getting started, they're the one man band. They're sweeping the floors, they're doing those social media, like they're doing all the paperwork, and they're also running the business. And that's kind of what we have to start, how we probably all have to kind of start that way. But at some point, we have to start upgrading ourselves and upgrading our systems and putting some employees in place to really help us to leverage our time, to take those tasks that we don't really want to do and really we shouldn't be doing, and allowing other people to help us. But oftentimes, people shy away from hiring additional staff because they feel that one of the biggest things they worry about, the workers' comp, right? That's going to be costly. How am I going to provide benefits? How am I going to retain this talent once I train them up? So that was a great, great point. And let's see who else we've got here. Oh, there is Zachary's handle, ig.danielz.zach. Check him out. I promise you, you will not be sad. You'll really have some good fun. Do I look Hawaiian? Thank you, Dr. Banerjee. I believe that I was. And I was probably about 7 years old when my mom actually, I think I was telling people and she didn't know. Okay, I don't think my parents knew I was saying this. And I really thought that it was. That's why me and Cherry Berry are sisters, because she is really literally Hawaiian. And my mom, I think, overheard me and she's like, Leah, you're not Hawaiian. I don't know what. Are you, like, I had no idea, but I didn't know. I found out, like I said, when I was about 7. Follow. Okay, Kendra has followed you, requested. Yeah, check out Kendra. She's really doing a great job on the Instagram. Her and I did our first Instagram live together, and we didn't know what we were doing. But listen, you got to be willing to muck things up. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. And we're just trying to figure it out. And it turned out really cool. She sent me some shorts that I need to use. And here we go. There you go. Customer service professional. This is our amazing Kiana right here. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, here we go. Here's Kendra. Boom Tag Media. Her logo is adorable. When I met her, I fell in love with her logo before I fell in love with her. Her logo is so cute. You guys got to check out her LinkedIn profile. It's really, really cool. Listen, it's about us putting ourselves out there. It's about us speaking to the right crowd, saying who we are, and having the courage to be able to do that, to find our words to be able to do that. And how do we do that? By our social media presence, right? Having our logos and all those other systems in place. And so what I've really been thinking about a lot this week is contractors, roofers, painters, general contractors. Many of them do this that I've worked with. They hire 1099 people. I say hire because they don't really hire them. They ask them to come and work for them. And now they will subcontract those things out as opposed to having employees. Now there's some real, let's say, I will call it just potential landmines you have to be aware of. Okay. So one of those is there's a lot of compliance in California. I don't know if this is true in every area, but in California, they're really watching. The IRS is now using AI, and they're really watching if that person really is a 1099, could not be an employee, or if you're employing the same person without having them as an employee. So be very, very careful if that's something you're doing and you're in that area where you're having people who are 1099s, but they're not technically employees. The second thing is that you are kind of spinning your own wheels, meaning that that person has no loyalty to you. Mm-hmm. They're there to get paid, do the job, and they do it well, but then they're off to the next person who can hire them as well. And at the end of the day, do you intend to have a sellable business? And if you intend to have a sellable business, then you really have to build up a team that not only has that loyalty, but also is your download. Like you're learning what you have and you're downloading it to them to make your business more valuable. Because if you have this incredible book of business, you have contracts. Let's say I have one plumber they have contracts by the federal government. But if they don't have the team behind them, then those contracts are worthless. So how do we do that? We got to recruit, reward, and retain our top talent by offering zero net cost benefits. You can actually hire employees, full-time employees. You do need to have at least 2 full-time employees and offer these benefits at zero net cost to you and free to your valued employees. Think about that. I know that kind of sounds, when I say that, sometimes people think, well, how can that be? It sounds too good to be true. Well, we've heard of other economic relief programs. We've all heard of the phones that you can get. We've all heard of things like Section 8, where you get some subsidies for housing. And there are many other programs, and they're wonderful. They have a place. We also know about Cover California, by the way. What is Cover California? It is not a discount. You're not receiving a discount. You're receiving a premium tax credit. So, for example, the client I helped earlier, he makes about $130,000. Through the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, he could get benefits at a discounted rate. Normally, the premium would be about $1,300, but because of where he falls on the income, because of the zip code, because of how many people in his household, the premium reduces from $1,200 down to about $800. Now I say reduces, but it's a tax credit. That's the working behind. That's the inner workings. Is you don't know this. It happens invisibly. You're paying your premiums, but the federal government is paying that difference. And it comes to you in the form of a tax credit, but it happens behind the scenes, and that goes to the carrier. So this is the same situation. It's an economic relief program. There are some discounts, there's some tax credits that are available to you that will allow you as a business owner to provide these benefits at zero net cost to you and free to your valued staff. And by the way, maybe this is your first opportunity to hire some people. Or maybe you already have employees. Maybe you're an employee going without benefits currently. And you know your employer has at least 2 full-time employees. You could actually put us in touch with your employer, and we won't mention your name, but we're courageous. We're entrepreneurs. We're courageous. We will go ahead and reach out to them and offer these benefits. So I want to go ahead and highlight a few more comments. And Zachary, I think yours is giving me some feedback. Yes, it is. I'm not sure where the feedback's coming from. Let's see. What does Dr. Energy say? Poverty is the sunshine when you earn your first buck. Black is also a color which is used to print manuscript. All matters. Yes, it does. If you don't know Dr. Banerjee, he is a very deep thinker and a very, very extremely wise man. Extremely. Thank you so much for that wisdom, that pearl, that golden nugget there. And Kiana, your comment is pretty long. Why don't you go ahead and share your comment with us?
Yeah, so I did put some information in there about how you can determine whether or not it is appropriate for your business to hire a contractor or an employee, and how this is determined by the IRS, and also how to avoid a lawsuit. Okay, so essentially, basically an employee, it is someone you can control what will be done, how it will be done, and when it will be done. Okay. And to determine whether an individual is an employee or an independent contractor, there are 3 common law rules, and it all comes down to facts of evidence of degree for behavioral control, financial control, and the type of relationship between the parties. And so the IRS goes into great detail about this. And if you are hiring contractors, you may want to be very well versed in what this really means, because you don't want to hire contractors that you require to be somewhere at a certain time. Contractors aren't supposed to have a schedule. Contractors truly shouldn't be paid by hour. They should usually be paid a lump sum for a service. And if you pay your contractor by hour, that could leave you open to a lawsuit because of financial control, if they can't have control over their own payment method. Behavioral control means that if you could potentially write them up or say that their behavior is bothering you, that is also a sign that that person is an employee and not a contractor, and can leave you open to, a lawsuit because you didn't properly compensate someone. So it's really great that you really know what is a contractor. Not just signing a contract and saying you're a contractor is not legally a contractor. Okay. So make sure that you really understand what the IRS expects from us as business owners so that you can put yourself in a great space. And if you're like, oh gosh, I'm scared to hire employees because I can't afford to cover their health insurance, this right here with AYG, with this team, is the best opportunity to be able to provide those services to your employees at no cost. So that's what I wanted to say and share with you all.
It's so great. What did I tell you? I know the smartest people in the room. And I got to give you, Kiana, I got to give you 3 golden nuggets for that. Here's my golden nuggets. I was going to give you one. I said, no, she dropped 3 golden nuggets. I need a manicure, y'all. I just took off my stuff. But don't pay attention to the manicure. Pay attention to these beautiful golden nuggets that we are giving to Miss Kiana. That was some great wisdom. And so if you are in that industry, even if you're not a contractor, if you're somebody that is hiring 1099, which I just helped a chiropractor, and his employees front desk are all 1099. So I was unaware of some of those details, Kiana. That is really huge. The other thing I kind of want to unpack a little bit is, if you are a business owner, and if you're on this, you probably are in some form or fashion, and you are going to be doing your taxes, which all of us are, I would really encourage you to find a tax professional who, number one, is, I say, either an enrolled agent or a CPA, probably not a tax professional, not even an accountant. I know that might upset a few people, but you came here for the real stuff, okay? This is the gloves off, the real conversation. You want someone who can take you through an audit if that at all should present itself. And when we're entrepreneurs, we're a little bit more high on the scale to be audited. Okay, just so you know, especially if you're dealing with a cash business. Like, we have an insurance business, we get paid for the insurance company, so it's a little bit different. But if you're selling your widget and you're kind of setting your own prices and people are paying you, you got to be really, really careful about that. So find a true certified CPA or an enrolled agent who could take you through an audit. Number 2, if your business requires you to do business in multiple states, you probably don't want a CPA, or you probably want to really look at having somebody who's a CPA and enrolled agent, because there are different laws and different rules in different states. And the third thing is, and this is really huge, and I know I'm going to upset a couple of people here, but if you're, let's say, for example, you are a doctor, please do not ask your painter what tax person they use. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, you want to ask another doctor who is their tax professional. You want a tax professional who specializes in your industry. Folks, there's over 83,000 pages in the tax code. There's probably 100 different ways to mitigate, reduce, and eliminate taxes, but they're all kind of specific to your industry. There's a lot of nuances that are kind of not really there on the forefront, but a person who specializes in your industry will absolutely know how to peel back the onion and guide you to those solutions. Listen, we're done playing money checkers. Okay, no more money checkers. If you've been doing that, that's okay. We forgive you. We forgive ourselves. But now we're going to play chess. This is the money chess game. This is 2025. We got to all upgrade our thinking. We got to upgrade our growth money mind shift. We got to have a mind shift. It's not about how much money we make, but how much money we keep that matters the most. And by the way, this is all legal. We're not talking about anything squirrely. We're not talking about anything unethical. We're talking about the black and white rules. A lot of us are playing the money game and we don't know the rules to the game. You know, when my daughter was 3 years old, she loved these games, Hungry Hippo and Hi-Ho Cheerio. And every time we played, if I started to win, because I never let her win, but if I started to win, do you know what she would do? She'd change the rules. Right? How could I win if I don't know the rules to the game? How can we expect to have financial success if we don't know the rules? So that's what I wanted to share. Let's see. Dr. Energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. Hey, we're going to be here every Thursday to jump on here and to bring you some bite-sized golden nuggets. Yes, you are. These are, somebody asked me the other day, are they real gold? Yes, they are. My precious grandson, who at the time was 4 years old and 5 years old, gave me these golden nuggets. So 100%, these are pure gold. And they're very, very precious to me. So we're getting ready to close up here. Do you have any last thoughts that you'd like to share? Go ahead, Zachary.
Yeah, both of you did a wonderful job, explaining things. The one thing that came to me was the bombshells when you don't have it, when you're not aligned, with your business. This is going to seem totally random. But, last week, Leah, you were talking about what is my word for this year, and it's alignment. And I really want folks who are listening to this to have their business goals, their care for the employees aligned with their vision, aligned with their purpose, and aligned with their business statement. So it's really important that we take care of our employees. We maintain and retain our top talent by taking care of them.
Yeah. Whew, that just hit me. That just hit me. Think about that. And not intentionally, but if you have employees and you just can't find your way financially to offer benefits, there's options. And you can care for your employees. And imagine the culture where people know that they can be cared for, their family can get cared for, and not have to jeopardize their job to do it. So that was fire. That was fire. And of course, our amazing Miss Kiana dropped some gold on us, my love.
I was sitting here thinking, we talked about a lot tonight, and I was sitting here thinking, when it comes back to it, you always want to protect yourself from liability, right? Yeah. You want to protect yourself from liability by making sure that you have insurance and things in place, insurance for your employees in place. You want to protect yourself from liability by making sure that you know everything that you need to know to protect yourself from future lawsuits, right? So if are my employees providing key services that are key to the business function? Because if so, I'm opening myself up to a lawsuit if I'm paying them via 1099, right? So knowing those different things, and then also going as far as to being tax compliant, right? Like keeping records, keeping receipts, keeping all of these things. Everything that Leah talked about tonight really goes back into protecting.
I'm Leah Garcia. Have you?
Sorry, go ahead.
I love the talking head though. But what I was saying was, it all comes back to not only protecting yourself, protecting your employees. And when we do this, when we put things in place, not only are we able to retain our employees, but we're also able to maintain steady growth and move forward upward. And so, I think it's really important that we go into this year, this beautiful year that we've just started, very strong, very knowledgeable, and very resourceful. And I feel like everything that you learned here on this live today has really helped with that.
Absolutely. And we will be here again next week on our Thursday to Thrive, and invite other people. If you know employees who are going without benefits, if you know somebody who would like to hire people, but they just don't have the resources, or a business right now that is struggling to continue to provide their employee benefits, there are options. We can absolutely help you. And by the way, if you're looking for extra income, listen, we are looking to grow this team. This is a huge need. I happen to be in California. Mr. Zachary is also in California. However, Kiana's in Mexico. You can do this remotely. You can be anywhere. This is a work from home, work from anywhere kind of job. Not a job, but an opportunity, right? This is all 1099. So this is not an employee where we're going to pay you monthly or hourly. But if you're looking for a way to make extra income stream, this is an incredible way to have some passive income. And you can be very, very inactive by just sending us referrals, or you can also participate, get licensed, and really go at it full time. And with that, I'm going to yield my mic and I'm going to let my AI kind of do a deeper dive into that. What do you say, AI?
Hey there, I'm Leah Garcia. Have you ever wanted a career where you truly make a difference in people's lives? I'm building a team of driven financial and insurance professionals, people who want to help families and businesses protect, distribute, and transfer their wealth with confidence. If you're passionate about guiding others to achieve financial security, then you're exactly who I'm looking for. Join my supportive, growth-oriented environment and unlock your full potential. Ready to take the next step? Visit leahgarcia.io and let's start building your future together.
Is that so cool or what? Don't you love my motion works? Got to give a shout out to my social media team, the incredible Hello LLC, Mr. Mike Drop Jones, and Miss Christmas Tara Bush. I call her Miss Christmas because every time I see her, she has gifts for me. I just, she's always doing things. She did this banner here, and I'm just so blessed to be able to have the opportunity to work with them. So that's our time here. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. See you next week. Remember, 2025 is your year to thrive.